Welcome, Centennial Jags fans. We are here in Ankeny High School. This is scrimmage day where all these teams get to try and practice and get ready for the season. The season starting this coming week. The Jags scrimmaging off against Southeast Polk here in this game. We are getting set to play. I am not sure who's going to be serving quite yet. In the front court for the Jags, we have Sophie, Tatum, and Megan. In the backcourt, Kaylin, Nora, and Maya. Looks like Southeast Polk will be starting with serve here in this scrimmage. Southeast Polk, hard serve down the line. Kaylin with the pass to Maya. Maya back to Kaylin. Kaylin with a roll shot over. Southeast Polk able to get the dig. They're going to set their outside hitter. Hits a roll shot cross court. Maya with the dig to Megan. Megan quick sets to Sophie. Sophie tries to hit it, but just a little too low into the net. So Southeast Polk will start with the first point here in this scrimmage. Southeast Polk getting set to serve again. Southeast Polk, deep serve. Nora with the pass to Megan. Megan to Tatum. Tatum over the block and down. That's a kill for Tatum. So the Jags getting their first point here in the scrimmage will send Kaylin back to serve as Nora checks out. Addie will check into the front row. Kaylin deep serve down the middle. Southeast Polk able to get it up. They're going to set the right side. Goes cross court. Megan gets it up. Maya gets it up. Addie able to bump it over. Southeast Polk setting up their right side again. Hits it. Addie with the block. Southeast Polk gets it to the outside. Blocked by Tatum. Back-to-back blocks by the Jags will get them the point. Leading 2-1 early in this scrimmage. So Kaylin will head back to serve again. Kaylin low serve down the line. Ace for Kaylin. So Kaylin heading back to serve. Jags up 2 early in this scrimmage. Kaylin deep serve down the middle. Southeast Polk able to get it up. They're going to try to come over and hit that ball, but a little bit of a miss hit there, sent it underneath the net. So the Jags with the point, increasing the lead to 3 here. Kaylin back to serve again. Kaylin low serve down the line. Southeast Polk able to get to the middle. Tips it sideways. Megan trying to dive to get that ball, unable to come up with it. So Southeast Polk will end the Jags run, now getting set to serve. Southeast Polk, hard low serve down the middle. Maya with the pass to Megan. Megan to Sophie. Sophie through the block and down. That's a kill for Sophie in the middle. So Sophie will check out. Maddie will check in as Maya will head back to serve. Maya hard low serve down the line. Southeast Polk able to get it up to their outside. They're going to tip it over. Addie gets it up. Maya gets it up. Tatum. Cross court shot. Southeast Polk with the dig. They set up their outside again. They go into the block of Tatum. Tatum not able to get the block this time. So Southeast Polk trailing by 2, now getting set to serve. Southeast Polk hard low, cross court serve just a little bit too low in the net. So the Jags will get the point. Tatum will head back to serve. Tatum, hard low cross court serve. Southeast Polk able to get it up. They're going to set their back row hitter. Hits it deep. Maya able to pop it up. Tatum not able to track it down. So Southeast Polk, after the point, still trailing by 2, now getting set to serve. Low serve down the line. Addy able to get it up. Tatum gets it up to Addy. Addy tries to go cross court. Hits the top of the net, rolls, and then bounces back to the Jag side. So Southeast Polk back to within 1 here, looking to serve for the tie. Deep serve, that goes a little too deep out of bounds, so the Jags will get the point. Addy will check out, Nora will check in and serve for the Jags. Nora, deep serve down the middle. Southeast Polk able to get it to their outside. They tip it. Tatum hits it. It goes over, and the middle for Southeast Polk tips it to the side. Kaylin got an arm on it, but then it went backwards out of bounds. So the Southeast Polk still trailing by 1, now getting set to serve. Deep serve down the line. Kaylin able to pop it up. Maya setting up Kaylin on the outside. Kaylin tips it deep. Southeast Polk able to get the cover. They set up the right side. They hit it. It goes trying to go down the line. It goes a little bit wide out of bounds. So the Jags will get the point as Maddie will head back to serve. Sophie will check into the front row. Maddie, cross court serve deep. Southeast Polk able to pop it up. They're going to set there outside. They go cross court. Nora gets it up. Kaylin gets it back on the court. Tatum able to bump it over. Southeast Polk setting up their offense. They're going to set up the right side. They go cross court. Tatum with the pass to Sophie. Sophie to Megan. Megan goes off the block and backwards. Southeast Polk able to pop it up. They're going to set up their outside. They do roll shot. Blocked by Sophie. Southeast Polk to the outside again. Into the block of Sophie. Tatum diving to try and get it. After it went out of bounds, not able to come up with it. So Southeast Polk will get the point, still trailing by 1. Southeast Polk getting set to serve. Low serve down the line. Megan with the pass to Tatum. Tatum to Sophie. Sophie through the block. It goes over. Maya with the pass to Tatum. Tatum to Megan. Megan tips it over. Southeast Polk ready. They're going to set there. No one. They forgot who that ball was going to. Let it drop. So the Jags will get the point. Megan will head back to serve. Megan, hard cross-court serve. Southeast Polk able to get up. They're going to set the right side hitter who goes cross-court. Blocked by Sophie. So Megan will head back to serve again. A great read by Sophie on the cross-court attack by Southeast Polk to reject it at the line, or at the net. Cross-court serve low. Southeast Polk able to get up to their outside. They go through the block. Maya with the dig to Megan. Megan to Kaylin. Kaylin hits it up and over. Southeast Polk with the dig. They set up the right side. They go around the block. Maya with the dig again. But on the overpass, Southeast Polk able to put it away. So Southeast Polk with the point, trailing by 2, now getting set to serve. Deep cross-court serve, Nora with the pass to Megan. Megan out to Kaylin. Kaylin off the block and backwards. Southeast Polk in a little bit of trouble and can't get it over in 3. So the Jags will get the point. Nora checks out. Addy checks into the front row as Kaylin heads back to serve. Deep serve, that's just a little too deep out of bounds. There's a disagreement. It is an ace by Kaylin. The KK special there. She will head back to serve again. Kaylin, another serve deep. Southeast Polk able to get up to their right side. They go off the block and backwards. Tatum able to get it up. KK gets it up. Tatum bumps it over. Southeast Polk tries to go through Sophie. Sophie blocks it at the net. Southeast Polk sets up the outside. They hit it into Sophie. It goes off her fingertips and backwards. Unable to get a second hit on that ball. Southeast Polk gets the point. Trailing by 3, Southeast Polk getting set to serve. Low serve down the line. Addie with the pass to Megan. Megan quick to Sophie. Sophie goes cross court. Opposite on that line to where the defense was flowing. A beautiful angle by Sophie there for the kill. Sophie checks out. Maddie checks into the front row as Maya heads back to serve. Maya hard low serve. Southeast Polk on the overpass. Addie tips it over. Southeast Polk hits a roll shot. Kaylin gets it to Megan. Megan to Addie. Addie goes into the block and it gets blocked backwards into the court. So Southeast Polk with the point, still trailing by 3, now getting set to serve. Some really good blocks on both sides of the net. Deep serve. Kaylin with the pass to Megan. Megan to Tatum. Tatum goes into the block and gets blocked out of bounds. 2 in the block on the right side by Tatum. Gets her the kill. Tatum back to serve. Tatum serving deep down the line on the overpass. Megan tries to put it away. Goes a little bit low into the net. Megan with the chagrin on her face after that one. She really wanted that ball. So Southeast Polk now getting set to serve. Hard serve down the line, but that goes a little bit wide out of bounds. So Southeast Polk trailing by 4 now as Addie checks out. Maddie checks in. Nora back to serve. Deep serve down the line. Southeast Polk able to get it up. They're going to set their right side. Here it's a cross-court shot deep. That's going to be too deep out of bounds. So the Jags pushing up the lead slowly here as Nora heads back to serve again. Nora, cross-court serve. That's going to be an ace for Nora. And the Jags up 6 here now in this scrimmage. We're about a little over halfway through this scrimmage. Nora with another serve. Nora going cross-court just a little bit wide out of bounds. So Southeast Polk will get the point. Now getting set to serve. Nora trying to get a sharp angle on that. Ball dropped just a little bit too late. Deep serve down the line. That's going to be too deep. Out of bounds, so the Jags will get the point. Maya will check out. Sophie will check into the front row as Maddie will head back to serve. Maddie, deep serve down the line. That is a little too deep out of bounds, a little too much oomph. So Maddie checks out. Maya checks back in as Southeast Polk gets set to serve. Short serve. Nora able to get it to Tatum. Tatum to Sophie. Sophie hits it into the block and backwards. Southeast Polk in trouble. Not able to get it back over in 3. So the Jags with the point. Megan will head back to serve again. Megan cross-court serve. Southeast Polk in a little trouble. Pops it up. They're going to bump it over. Maya with the pass to Megan. Megan to Sophie. Sophie through the block and down! A lightning strike by Sophie in the middle. Megan, another cross-court serve. Southeast Polk able to pop it up. They're going to set their back row hitter who's going to bump it deep. Nora with the pass to Megan. Megan out to Kaylin. Kaylin around the block and down. Cooper Kaylin on the outside. So Megan with another serve.
Someone put ice in it.
Megan Hardlow serve. Ace for me. Oh no, Southeast Post got it up and over. Nora with the pass to Megan. Megan back to Tatum. Tatum around the block and down. A huge swing by Tatum on the right side. So Megan with another serve. Megan serving down the opposite line. Southeast Polk able